Hey, what's up YouTube? King James here. The Cold War guns have been making a lot of noise lately, but sometimes it's fun to go back to the golden oldies. I'm talking about the M4A1. You've probably all used it. Everybody's got it unlocked. I think you got it in the very original version of the game. I'm fairly certain it's the first gun I ever maxed out and got all attachments for. Well, I've used it a whole bunch of times in all of the seasons, and it's always been good. I don't think it's ever really been nerfed, and it's been a solid gun the entire time, and it still is. I pulled it back out and played with it a whole bunch and realized just how great this gun is, and that it probably needs a little bit more love than it's getting. So I did that, and I've got a video for you about it, which you need to check out. The M4A1 has always been a really competitive gun. Let me jump over to True Game Data and show you a little bit of a comparison between it and the Grau, which has always been a really popular gun as well. So here's the TTK chart for the Grau versus the M4A1. As you can see, they're both pretty well exactly the same. Like, their damage goes up at about the same rate, and they're only about 1/10 of a second apart. So to be honest, this is pretty well exactly the same thing. But the good news here is you don't have to unlock the M4A1. If you haven't got the Grau unlocked, which I know a lot of people haven't, they just haven't done the challenge to unlock it. And if you don't have multiplayer, it's pretty hard to unlock guns just in Warzone. So the M4 then is a really good alternative to the Grau. It hits just as hard, it feels about the same, and it's already in your inventory. If we look at the base stats, you can see 42 and 28, 42 and 28. It's got a little higher fire rate, but everything else on it all seems to be about the same as the Grau. The one advantage the Grau does have when you build it out though is the ADS is a little less. Now, this is not a real huge difference, about 60 milliseconds, but the more you take off of here, the better it is. But I didn't find that this actually impacted me getting kills because I usually start shooting even while I'm ADSing at the same time. So, I didn't necessarily find at close range when, sometimes you're using your AR because it's just what's in your hands. I didn't find that it ever really impacted me. Let me show you a little video of getting some kills at close and medium and long range, just so you can see how well this gun works in actual gameplay when you're using it. So here's what I'm talking about, okay? I just happen to have it in my hands. This guy comes rushing in. The good thing about the M4 is it's still really good, even close. And I'm using the VLK on it, or you can use one of the hollow sights if you don't want the, the sight to be so long. But even at close range, this thing works really well. That guy was sort of at medium range, no issue. But watch here, this is pretty long range for an AR, and look how strong that is. That was a whole whack of headshots right there. This guy flying out of the air. One thing I always found that I was able to do with the M4 was track guys really smoothly with it. So when they're running and moving, like what you'll see here in 1 second, watch this guy running right here. I'm able to track him the whole way through and get all those shots. That's the one thing that I always found about the M4 is it was so easy to track guys and smooth to use. When guys are moving, I can get them down. And it's such a, a bonus to use a gun when it's smooth and easy to use. And you can knock guys when you're actually trying to get them. That's one thing I really liked about it. Some of the other guns that have a bit more recoil or they're a bit harder to use, you can't quite do this as smoothly and easily as with this gun. But I found myself doing it all the time. Again, here, watch. These guys jumping off the roof. This guy jumping out. Again, got a couple of headshots there. It was lucky, but I still got him and hit him and knocked him down. And that's the thing about this gun is why it's so good. All the different ranges, it's got almost no recoil or no recoil really. Right there, probably should have used my SMG. It was just in my hand, so I used it. Okay, here, this guy's farther away. Got him. I didn't even realize this guy was here. Comes jumping out right there. Probably should have used my SMG there. I ran out of ammo, went out and used it there. All right, let's have a look at my M4A1 build. But just before I jump into it, I want to say thank you to everybody who's recently subbed to the channel and has been here watching my videos. The growth in the channel lately has been nuts. So thanks, guys. I really appreciate you guys coming and checking my stuff out and all the positive comments you've been leaving. Honestly, sincerely, you guys are blowing me away. So thank you so much. If you haven't subbed to the channel, please consider doing so. If this video helps you, hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell and the thumbs up button because it really does help small content creators like myself. All right, let me show you my build. All right, so looking at my build, the monolithic suppressor, all the modern warfare guns, you definitely want to run it. And the thing about the monolithic suppressor is you really do get damage range and sound suppression. Let me show you real quick. All right, so have a look right here. See here, the monolithic suppressor, 10% range, but also 15% bullet velocity. That's one thing about this gun is it's got really good bullet velocity. It's over 1200 when you get it decked out just right. For the barrel, there's really two options here. I'm using the stock M16 Grenadier. Some guys are using the Corvus Custom Marksman. I'll show you the stats on both and why you might want to consider one over the other. So here's a look at the stats on them. I'm using this one here, 40% range and 53% bullet velocity. and minus 22 vertical recoil. This really matters on this gun. But if you want something that's got a little bit less ADS penalty, now it's only 20 milliseconds, but the Corvus Custom Marksman, 30% range, 52% bullet velocity, 16% vertical recoil. So it's almost the same, you know, all else, but you get a little bit less penalties on it. So the 46 milliseconds on ADS and not quite as much on the, well, the same here, but about half the movement speed penalty from using, you know, this barrel instead. So it's also a good choice. Try both and see what you like. I was using the stock M16, but I also like using this. So if you like to move a little faster and a little less ADS penalty, give this one a try, especially if you're not shooting quite as long range with it. For the optic, the VLK, you can also use any of the hollow sights with the blue dot. I also really like those. It just depends on how far I'm trying to shoot with the gun. Like if you're carrying this with a sniper, then run the hollow. If this is your long range gun and you're carrying it with an SMG, run a longer scope if you like that. Really, this is up to you. The Commando foregrip, just because it has the best vertical and horizontal recoil control, and the 60 round mag. It doesn't seem to penalize the gun all that bad, and having the 60 rounds on this gun is really nice. All right, guys, that's my build. Give it a shot. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if there's another way you're building the M4. That's a pretty common build. There is a couple of options and different things you can do that some other guys do that they really like. So you got another way that's working for you, that you use it for, you know, high mobility or another type of build. Let me know in the comment section down below. I love trying out different builds. I'm going to leave this video out with a little bit of gameplay of me using the M4. Stick around and watch it. It's pretty good. I lay a whole bunch of kills out, and I got them compressed into sort of like a fast kill montage. So it should be pretty exciting. And as always, guys, if you don't see me in Warzone, if you don't see me in multiplayer, it's only a matter of time, baby. King James out.
One.
Shit balls on me, on me.
Taking
fuck me.
I'm hit. I got movement. I've been hit. I got movement. Gas is inbound.
They're on the roof here. I knocked the guy over there.
Gas is close. Get to the new safe zone. Got him.
Okay, I think we should move over. Fuck. Oh, shoot on me right here. Woo.
Oh, fucking hell. Gas is inbound. Marking new safe zone. Shells here. We've got gas moving in. Too much ground to cover. We need to go now. Hits! Bollocks!
Kill the guy here.
To the left. Keep the pressure on. We got movement. You're losing ground.
Woo, yeah!
No targets remain. You earned the win.